Oh, hey. Do you want to hear the coolest thing on Earth? What water has to do with contacting other dimensions? Stay tuned for this deep dive. So basically this guy did experiments with water and you could see like bears' faces and like houses and different stuff in them. That alludes to the fact that we're probably in a holographic universe. And I'll tell you how to do this yourself. You can literally do this experiment at home. But really quick, just to call myself out. The way I found this information out, and I'm exposing myself right now, is I was literally even searching Dubai core. I was so bored the other night and I came across this water experiment. The weird thing is I literally can't find the video anywhere now. So I went on my own deep dive. Okay, wait, just as I was saying that, I remember that I found it on Instagram Reels and I'm gonna show you it now. So this woman, Veda Austin water, you can look this up yourself. She did the experiment. I'm gonna start with this. So all she did was she had some type of like pan and water and then a wooden spoon and stirred the water. And basically she would move the spoon around just like this. And then she would, I think, take a bunch of pictures. And they were the kind of pictures where it's like 10 photos at once. And she would kind of glide through the photos and find the one where she would see the best image. So obviously this one is like a bear. She got a photo of a hippo and then a dolphin. I mean, that one's pretty. I believe this is her showing the actual guy Hans's photos. Who I'm going to talk about now. I just got so frustrated at myself. This is definitely also Hans's photo. And this is probably Hans's photo. Back in the day, she also said that this was called hydromancy. Once again, please give her credit, tag her. I'll try to find her on TikTok too. I hate when people use my stuff and don't tag me, but I'm sure I've done it before. I have to stop judging. So basically, you can go on his website. Just Google ITC experiments, Hans F. Kennis. It'll come right up. He tells you what you need for the experiment the way he did it. ITC is instrumental transcommunication. So Hans F. Kennis was born in 1947. He was a parapsychologist. These are basically people that study the paranormal. I love them. What he said he was doing was he was basically catching images of spirits with water photography. I'm like obsessed with his website because he introduces himself, and I just love how these people who have their little websites, basically like their own blog, like these are the OGs. And I really hope that people share him because people like this, especially back in the day, were very brave for talking about this stuff. I mean, it's a little more accepted now. Obviously, people still laugh, but clearly he believed in what he was doing. So he studied parapsychology in the Netherlands, worked with electronic voice phenomenon. I'm sure we've all seen the movie White Noise. And with the simplest means, a water bowl, a tinfoil aluminum sheet underneath, a glass bowl with water, and a tripod for his photo camera, a neon tube, and a laser beam. Neon tube, plasma, interesting. He almost immediately got very good visible paranormal images that could not be explained. He called it the transparent water bowl with aluminum underneath method, or TWA. So he was baffled by this as well, which hopefully shows it probably was not confirmation bias, but I can't guarantee that. I personally think that this is actually how the universe works, and he just exposed it. Okay, literally think of the light source as consciousness. Think of water as plasma or the matrix or like everything, the holographic screen. And then think of a photo camera as the observer. So when I say consciousness, I mean like a higher consciousness, like the singularity, like this is a black hole. This is the screen it's projecting on. And then the observer sees images come up. And then the spatula makes it move, just like there's like a moving vortex in all of space and time, whatever. I feel like I'm not explaining this good. But I basically think what he captured is how our holographic universe works and how we see images. And basically how everything in nature, as above, so below, there is very synchronistic patterns in everything. Things repeat themselves everywhere. The flower of life, literally humans are flowers. We bloom, different shapes and spirals. As you can see here, our universe is basically a holographic plasma fractal, and different shapes happen by consciousness, observing it, and hitting it in different ways. It's three things. It's the observer, this higher consciousness or the singularity, and the holographic screen, as Jason Paget would say, go look him up, or what I would call plasma. The writer, the pen and the paper. Okay, I went on a tangent. I'm so sorry, don't hate me. So here's one he did that was basically, he thought was a young boy with a baby. I think this is when he started believing that he was maybe picking up on other dimensions or realities. Okay, that one is just bonkers. So he said the face here in his notes, and he proved it with electronic voice phenomenon. He thought it was his father who died in 1996. He also said he tries to have a blank consciousness. He tries to not look for anything or anyone. Hopefully that eliminates what he calls thought forms, which is what I would call when you impress your consciousness into the plasma field or into this energetic field. And it basically is confirmation bias. See my video on that in my plasma intelligence playlist. It's basically you see what you want to see. Like you're literally making it happen. And if you don't have patience and you take things right away with what you see, you assign meaning to them that is bias, rather than giving yourself time and patience or looking at things with a more neutral perspective. And maybe things have different meanings than what you initially think. I know, it's annoying. Also, thought forms are a really cool video. I made a video on that as well. Look it up. Like, look up thought forms. You don't need to look up my video. But yeah, he said this experience seeing his father was totally unexpected, but that was beautiful. And I'm posting about this because I really believe in this stuff. And if you don't, adios. He said a lot of the times totally unknown people pop up in his water bowl. This kind of reminds me of a crystal ball. I feel like it's literally a man's crystal ball, the water bowl. And I say water because I'm from New York, okay? This one obviously also almost looks like a literal color version of a woman. So he started doing this, I guess, before these discoveries in the field of quantum physics, but this is kind of weirdly similar to what he's doing, which he explains it might provide some insight into the strange dynamics of this photography phenomena, ITC. The phenomenon of quantum photography, which basically I bet you was influenced by him and just no one gave him credit. I'm just guessing there. But it was discovered by Nobel Prize winner, this guy. Basically, a digital CCD camera can capture images that it cannot see itself. Only its entangled counterparticle, even miles away, can see the image. And this is what he thought he was doing. He thought that he was seeing images miles and miles away, or maybe dimensions away, or realities away. The other particle that does not see the image itself captures it by some kind of telepathic quantum physics. This is what he thinks might explain what he's doing. I think it once again had something to do with just the intelligence of the water and the laser or the neon tube he was using. Or sorry, I don't know what he was using, but whatever he was using. And once again, I think it was just picking up holographic impressions, whether it be a spirit, whether it be from another reality, whatever it was. Funny enough, I know I'm so annoying to some people, but plasma is, you can call a mirror. It is reflective, and I'm talking about the higher dimensional plasma. It's like a living ether. It's a theory I have going. I know there's like plasma, fourth state of matter. This is like if it made up the entire universe, like if it was like clay that consciousness molded and that everything was made of clay, and then what gives it color and form is consciousness. And plasma is reflective like a mirror, and it reflects your consciousness. And then you are changed by the reflection. It's changed by you. Feedback loop. Okay. This is kind of what he's expressing it is. Maybe he is seeing, whoever this is in some other reality. This is what he sees in the water. I literally actually don't understand this. Hopefully you do. He then proposes it might have to do with quantum tunneling after that was discovered. And that I think he thinks the image is quantum tunneling to him. Once again, I do think quantum tunneling is a thing, obviously. But I think what it actually does is not quantum tunnel, but basically if it's like all a plasma screen and then there's a projection which is more moving, it's kind of like a light bright and they're just a bunch of little pixels. And this pixel, it can quantum tunnel and light up here, but it really is just the pixel because it's holographic and everything's encoded in each pixel like a grain of sand. So it gets the information that maybe quantum tunnels, but it's all made of this, it's all the same thing. So it's not even quantum tunneling, if that makes sense. And it lights up what that was because now it has that information. I don't know. I'm just starting to think of these things. Jason Padgett would agree with me. Look him up. He's an acquired savant. We have a podcast on YouTube called Holographic Horizons. He then goes on to talk about Masaru Emoto. I hope I'm saying that right. We all know about him and the intelligent water and how you speak to it. And if you say, I love you, it's really pretty. And if you tell the water you hate it, it turns gross and rotten, proving water holds memory. And then full circle moment, he mentions Veda Austin here. That is literally whose Instagram I was watching. And I guess how they expanded his research and noticed that it even happened in ice particles and frozen water. And he said, basically, to sum it up, this can tell us a lot about our consciousness. And he thinks it has to do with projected quantum effects by our brain. Probably something to do with microtubules, like Stuart Hameroff and Roger Penrose have a theory, OR theory, that it's maybe generated somehow with that. That's a whole nother video. That's it. I know I really spoke a lot. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know this, maybe I rambled. The more you know. Reading Rainbow. I'm never gonna find a husband.